Did you guys just see that? That's where the machine that we're going to be unboxing was born. I love that clock tower, don't you? Isn't that super cool? That's so cool. Okay, all right, I'll keep it down. I know you guys are watching, but you guys have watched this probably like 20 times. Even Herr Obermeister has watched it probably at least 5 or 6 times. Guys, we got to move on with our unboxing. You can watch it again. Watch it again later, okay? After the premiere. After we get done with the premiere. I'm going to get some, well, okay, let's not get the lights on because we were going to do this different before, remember? All right, let me pause this. Yep, I know it's a fabulous, and it's on our channel. It's totally on our channel. Yep. But the neat thing is that the machine that we're going to unbox today, who is that goofy looking guy? The machine that we're going to unbox today was made specifically at the Kilbowie, Scotland factory. It's the only place that this machine was ever made. And a couple more clues for folks before we kick on some fun music to celebrate that it's the first time that we've had a machine like this in the factory and featured on this channel, either through an unboxing or ultimately through a premiere. This particular machine, to give you some really solid clues, again, was only made at the Kilbowie, Scotland factory. There were only about, depending on which numbers you believe, and Hans and I had a long conversation about this, and we finally settled on there were about 110,000 of these machines made. And they were referred to as the convertible, kind of like the car. And they came out 20 years after the original model of this type was made. So there was a 20-year window where the original model was out there doing its thing, and then boom, this model was introduced. That's all I'm going to give you, and that's a lot of clues. So let's kick on some fun music, and we're going to jump into this premiere to celebrate the arrival of this fabulous machine from Maddy out of the great state of Florida. All right, get your dancing shoes on. Get your dancing shoes on. Maybe. You're supposed to have your dancing shoes on, guys. Come on. Yeah, there it is. All right. A little bit of fun there to get this premiere underway. Let me get some lights on. So once again, this is a special. I mean, every unboxing is special. Let me just clarify that before I put my my bobbin in my mouth per se instead of a foot. And let me just say that every unboxing is special. But it's really, really super cool when we get a machine that is arriving at the workshop that it's the first of its kind. We've never had one like it in the workshop before, so it's absolutely brand new from a standpoint of all of you having a chance to see it on this channel, for me having a chance to unbox it, and ultimately to prep the machine and then to be able to premiere the machine. That is like the best, that's like the cream of the crop when you get a chance to do something like that. So I'm very excited about this particular machine finally arriving here. I've got to shut off our strobe light. About finally arriving here, and truth be told, it's actually been here for a while. I've been so busy doing other things that I haven't had a chance to get it on the workbench for an unboxing. So Maddy's machine, which if I haven't said it yet, this is Maddy's machine out of Florida. And to give you a little bit of the backstory on this, I was doing a premiere, and if I remember correctly, Hans was at the premiere as well, and we somehow got into a sidebar discussion as we were unboxing this particular machine. We got on a sidebar discussion about the Singer 222 and the Singer 221. And I think it's in part because I had shared that Hans had told me that he had acquired some featherweights. And so we were kind of talking about that a little bit, talking about Kilbowie, Scotland, talking about just a variety of different things centered around featherweight type machines. And Maddy out of Florida jumped into the conversation as well, and she shared that she had a 222 and she really had thought about getting it serviced, but there just wasn't any place in Florida that she would trust her precious machine to. She said, gosh, I wouldn't give a second thought about you working on it at the workshop, Scott. I said, well, let me give you a deal. Let me give you a real tempting deal. And this was during the live premiere. We have some really interesting sidebar discussions sometimes. And most of them are on topic in relation to what we're doing in that particular unboxing on the premiere. Some of them aren't. But I thought this one pretty much was. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a deal. If you ship your machine up to the workshop, which happened to be a Singer 222K, I'll give it a free service. I'll give it a spa day. I will treat it like the Queen of Sheba. And all you have to cover is the shipping cost. And she said, that is about too tempting to pass up. But then the premiere ended, and there was a little bit of break in time. And then finally she circled back. She said, is that deal still good? Will you still honor that deal of giving my Singer 222K a spa day, a complete service, if I pay the shipping and return shipping? I said, yeah, absolutely. I've been wanting for a long time to be able to feature a Singer 222K on the channel, and I just haven't been able to get my fingers on one. It just hasn't worked out, but I would love to do that. So a couple weeks passed or so, and she said, Bandit is on the way. And that's what she named her 222K, is Bandit. And she said, you know, like a one-arm bandit. So I didn't ask Maddy, being the gentleman that I am, I didn't ask her, do you own a casino, or what's the significance of naming your 222K Bandit? But that's what it is. So we are going to do now an unboxing on Bandit, the first Singer 222K to be on my workbench. The first Singer 222K to be unboxed on this channel, the first Singer 222K that eventually will be prepared for a premiere after it gets through my finalization process and will be featured on this channel. How cool is that? That's like super cool. Super, super cool. But what also is super cool is I've got to initiate the beginning of this classroom, which is officially started now. So if you're chewing gum, take it to the front of the class and throw it in the garbage can. If you're trying to pass notes to that cute girl or cute guy that you really had an eye on, all right, keep passing notes, that's fine, but just do it quietly. So let's get busy with unboxing Bandit, who I know is really excited to show himself off. All right, so let me put on a little bit of music, and it's not going to be that techno stuff that we just had on a little bit ago to celebrate. Not that I dislike techno stuff. I love all music, but we'll put on something a little bit more somber, a little bit more subtle. Let's see here. Oh, let me try putting on trumpet. See what we get. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. The first one is labeled Road Trip. I'm going to turn the volume down quite a bit, a fair amount, and we'll jump into this unboxing of Bandit, the first Singer 222K, made in Kilbowie, Scotland. That's the only place they made the 222s, and we'll see what he looks like. So here we go. No, I'm not going to move you guys back. You can stay right there and watch. They were concerned I was going to like stick them behind where they couldn't see anything, but they're right over here. Equally excited about seeing Maddy's 222K. How cool is this? All right, let me come out on this shot and we'll start this process. And it looks like I have some cable ties to get through as well. So, all right, here we go. There's one. Two. Three. When in doubt, dance. How many is that? I lost count. 3. Here goes 4. Five. 6. 7. 8. 9. I was just reading the label here. The label. Oh, that's right. Maddy is from a place called Punta Punta Gorda, Florida. Punta Gorda, Florida. I didn't mention it because I figured you guys are just so doggone smart that you would remember it automatically. But Maddy had also sent a Singer 301, the big sister to the Featherweight, and then I shared pictures once I got done servicing her machine and repairing her motor, because remember her motor was making a horrible grinding sound. And then I sent her 301 back to her, and then she shared a picture of that 301 with two other 301s, and she referred to them as the sisters. So if you don't remember that, go to Facebook and you can scroll back and you can see those pictures, or I think just single picture, and check it out. Check it out. All right. Wow, that is some serious padding right there that Maddy had on top to protect Bandit. It's got real good stability, but it's also got some pliability as well, so that would definitely take a shock. And you remember Maddy was the first one as well to say that she thought I might have a peanut allergy, and so when she shipped her 301, she put all the peanuts inside of bags, which I thought was really super cool and clever. Blah, super cool and clever. So, at any rate, she's done it again. She's done it again. I don't have to worry about putting all the packing peanuts into a tote or anything like that temporarily, or bagging them up. I can just take the bag out and move it right to the side. How thoughtful and how convenient is that? All right, let me toss this to the side, and I'll put on a little bit more music. A little bit more music. What was that called? Road Trip? I think that was called Road Trip. Now it's interesting. I typed in the keyword trumpet, and it came up with these songs, one of which is called Smoked Kielbasa Polka. Okay, there must be trumpets in it. I can only assume. Here we go. I'm just reading a letter that Maddy put in there real quick. Hold on a second. Hey, you guys, where did Herr Obermeister go? Oh, it's a polka! He couldn't help himself. All right, Herr Obermeister, we gotta go. I've got to read Maddy's letter. Okay, come on, come on. All right. He is strong for a little guy. Holy mackerel! Okay, so I'm gonna read Maddy's note. And she writes, "Hi Scott, here's Bandit. It is his turn for a workout at the Cow Country Boot Camp. As you will see, his previous owner tried to improve his looks with not the best results. It's okay though. His is beautiful to me. It's what in the heart that counts. Now he does need to go to your boot camp to build up his muscles. He seems to have been a couch potato and his motor doesn't have its full potential. I figure a couple weeks at the Cow Country Spa and Boot Camp, he will be lean, mean sewing machine. He will be a lean, mean sewing machine. I can't read. I should have Mr. Bean or Dr. Singer read these instead, quite honestly. I leave him in your capable hand. Dr. Singer will be there to monitor his vitals, and Mr. Bean, as the drill sergeant, will be there to make sure Bandit is not slacking off. Take care. God bless, Maddy. Isn't that cool? I love it when customers write little notes like that I can share with all of you. So I'm not sure what, I have no idea what Bandit looks like, but it sounds like from what Maddy said, the previous owner must have done something to him to kind of change his look a little bit. So we'll see soon enough. We will see soon enough. All right, I am not going to put on any more polka music, or these guys are going to be rebels and be in front of the camera the whole time. All right, so how about Festival de Cuba? Festival de Cuba. Here we go. Oh yeah. Ah, Maddy has some of these. Look at that. All right, put the scissors down. I know kids might be watching. You never know. I gotta get one more of these out. Yes. I hear you, Dr. Singer. I gotta move on. I just can't help it. It's the rhythm. It's the rhythm. That was fun. We have never heard that one before. I would remember it. That is a fun song, isn't it? You could almost put that puppy on again, but I think we'd have Mr. Bean out there. So that was called Festival de Cuba, de Cuba. And the next one is called Salute to a New Beginning. Maddy even gave us these pool noodle things. Fun, fun. Liking that one too. We're finding all kinds of good songs today. So that was called Salute to a New Beginning. I'm loving that. That's like a grand unveiling, isn't it? That's fabulous. Okay, the next one is called Call to... Oh my gosh, I better just stay right over here. It's only 38 seconds long. Call to Statesmanship. Call to Statesmanship. Here we go. What are you guys laughing about? What's going on? Did I miss something? Oh, never mind. Okay, so anyway, that song was really, really short. And that was called Call to Statesmanship. Next one is called Spider Juice. Spider Juice. Here we go. Woo! Where'd Mr. Bean go? Mr. Bean, come on, come on, come on, come on. I like it too, but we gotta go, come on. Ugh. You guys are so wily today, what's going on? See that? Maddy is a serious packer, especially when it comes to Bandit. All right, let's go to the pool. We got more pool noodles. Yeah. These really are a great packing material if you think about it. A little one, look at him. We can seriously open up a pool. We're all set. We are all set. So that was called Spider Juice. I don't know, does the title really match what the music sounds like? I don't know. But let's not be stuck in one place, which is the name of the next title. Here we go. I'm gonna get a little drink of water. And look at that padding in the bottom, look at that. Between the packing peanuts and these super thick cushion pad things that I was using as a musical instrument, excellent padding on the bottom. Remember I say that's neglected a lot when people pack machines? Not with Maddy. Maddy knows what she's about. Well done, well done. I think Maddy is testing me. She put front here. You can see that in the camera, it says front, but these are the hinges on the back of the featherweight style container. So, I don't know, somehow maybe it got shifted. I think she's testing me, seeing if I'm paying attention. All right, let me try to get this stretch wrap off. And again, if you're new to the channel, angle these away from the case so you don't damage the case, or if you're cutting it away from a machine, that you don't damage the machine. Oh no, she was right. Through the fog of that stretch wrap, those look like hinges. Those aren't hinges, those are the openers. She was right. Duh. There, now we can see it more clearly. Well, that was a fun piece too, wasn't it? I think part of it is, and I've done this when I'm reading things on camera as well, I'll misread them. I think I need to finally cave in. Dr. Singer's been telling me about this for months now. He said, you've had those same reading glasses for a long time, and they're not working well anymore. You really should go in and see an optometrist. And I've been, yeah, when I have time. Well, I never have time. You know, I'll work my way through a couple of machines, and then I'm blessed to get more machines at the workshop, and it just goes on and on and on. So things, you know, life gets busy. So, but I think I probably need to do that. When I can't even see the difference between the opening clasps on a case and the hinges, yeah, I think you're right, Dr. Singer. I think you're right. So that was stuck in one place, and the next one is called Patriotic March. Patriotic March. Boy, is that a beautiful case, isn't it? There's hinges. Yay, Scotty. Yay. Hinge number 1. Hinge number 2. Ooh. That kicks out with some force. You better have safety goggles on. Oh, that one's stuck. That's okay. Oh, we even have padding on the inside of the case too. Fantastic. All right, we're only steps away, folks. Steps away from unveiling the first 222K on this channel. That was Patriotic March. Now we're going to play Para Santo Domingo, or Para Santo Domingo. Here we go.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue, la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana.
It's not a salsa dance, you guys. You're dancing like it's salsa, but it's close. Come on, let's keep going. We gotta go. We gotta go. Oh, not you too, Mr. Bean. Come on. We gotta move forward. All right, I'll dance with you. Oh, I love that. That's my new favorite song. Honest to gosh, it is. That's my new favorite song. And that is called Para Santo Domingo. Now we've got newsreel, which runs for 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Live on this channel, we have the unveiling of the first Singer 222K, sent from Maddy out of the great state of Florida. More news at 10. Ooh. I was about to start digging through it. Thankfully, Maddy knew that. Oh, it says it's the spool. Whoops. It's literally the spool. I love it. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Maddy, you are a genius. Honestly, you're a genius. Is that clever or what? Any of you that have Singer Featherweights or are very fortunate to have a Singer 222, you've got to do this. Go to one of those pet smart places or whatever where you can make little dog tags and print it up with your sewing machine's name, just like Maddy did here. This is really, really fabulous. Oh, March 17th, 1958. March 17th, 1958. Very, very clever. That is so cool. And it's printed on both sides. I don't think I've ever seen that done before. Oh, I see what she did. She's got the name Bandit and then the birth date. And then on the back side, she has the serial number. Also, let me try to get it straight here. She also has the serial number with the birth date. So serial number, birth date, and then Bandit's name, and then the birth date. Very, very clever, along with the key to open the case. So thankfully the case wasn't locked, because I didn't know that I have an extra featherweight key in the workshop. That could be a crisis. Nah, we'd figure it out. We would figure it out. I'll bet you Dr. Singer probably has extra keys that he carries in his pocket. I think I've heard him jingle before. And then we have a beautiful felt to go on top of Bandit as well. And what's in this little doodad here? What's in this little doodad? Oh, I see. She took the top of Bandit's cover off. It goes on top, the spool pin. And hopefully the screw is in the machine. So just took this off to keep it a little bit safer so that it wouldn't get snapped off or something like that somehow. Very cool. So I'll set that to the side by Bandit's little tag, super cool tag. Maddy is probably one of the most clever packers that I've ever seen. You know, even making a little pool noodle type thing to go around the top of the spool pin. I think she did that also on her 301 when she sent it to the workshop. Very cool. And I've been referring to her 301. Do you remember Maddy's 301's name? Ebony. Ebony, like ebony and ivory. You remember the song? Yeah. Most of you do. Some of you might. What do we have here? We have a can of oil too. Ooh, it's musical. That's a little clip inside of the case that holds the oil can. I feel like I need music on here. Hold on a second. All right, what do we have next? That was newsreel. Oh my goodness, we're down to the bottom. Our last one is called Monuments. Monuments. Running for 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Monuments. Here we go. Oh yeah, and that's an original can too. I'm not even going to take it out of the bag right now. Isn't that fun? And again, she put a little pool noodle around the top of the stem of the oiling can. Super cool, super cool. All right, now to get Bandit out of here. Do my best here. Oh, okay. We've got another little cluster of pool noodles here, too. Just as extra padding to protect Bandit. Very cool. Look at this pad on the bottom of the carrying case too. Like I said, Maddy is a serious packer. All right, let me move this to the side. And let's take a closer look at Bandit. And if you remember from one of the premieres, or was it one of the posts on Facebook? I don't recall. But I highlighted the fact that the 222 is just a little bit heavier than the 221. So the 222 and 222K comes in right around 13 pounds, somewhere in that realm. There's some debate on that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll actually weigh Bandit once we get the rest of this packing material off, and we'll put that to rest as far as, you know, people disputing. Of course, we'll have to put his spool pin back on, which weighs a couple of ounces, just so somebody doesn't watch the video and send me nasty notes about he didn't have his spool pin on, or he didn't have his Bandit dog style tag on, which weighs another probably 2 or 3 ounces. But you know the way people are. They're in the same group that meets every month at usually at IHOP or somewhere like that. And they usually will sit a table apart for social distancing from the box closer people that are always writing me nasty notes when I do the sew-offs about not closing the box. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know. All right, so I got to do another search to find us more music, because we've run through all of the music under the word trumpet. So what can I type this time? Another musical instrument. Why don't we go a little bit classy here? We'll do violin, see what we find. Violin. Really? I typed in violin and we got Gemini robot? Is that for real? Well, apparently it is. That's Gemini robot, folks. All right, guys, come on, come on. We're almost there. We're so close. Come on, guys, come on, come on. Don't even think about it, Dr. Singer. Don't think about it. You got to set example for the guys, seriously. Dr. Singer. Well, that's a fun little tune, isn't it? That is a fun little tune. Well, I'm really curious now with Maddy saying the previous owners did something to Bandit that it sounded like altered his appearance, didn't it? So I'll be curious to see what that is. What did they do to Bandit to alter his appearance? But you know what? When you're the owner, it's kind of like when you own your own house. You might paint your house a color that the neighbors absolutely hate. They absolutely hate the color of your house, but it's your house and you can paint it whatever color you want. So that was Gemini Robot, and now we have Millicent. Millicent. Well, he looks the same as any other featherweight at this point, doesn't he? Let me check my camera shot so you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yeah, I wonder how the previous owners changed him, because he looks fine. This is the foot controller, obviously, for Bandit. Oh, beautiful. I mean, all Bakelite foot controllers are beautiful, but you can tell that Maddy takes very, very good care of Bandit, can't you? And you can see, even for a 222, it's going to be the same type of Bakelite foot controller, rated at 0.7 amps. Exactly the same. So if you have a 301, or if you have any of the Slant-O-Matic machines, you're going to have a similar foot controller. It might be a different color, but it's going to be rated the same at 0.7 amps. So let me set this behind Bandit. So that again was called Millicent. Now we're going to put on a song called Grandpa. Grandpa. I love how Maddy will do this. She did this also with Ebony. She cuts out one of these noodles and then puts it right over the upper tension control, like that. Same thing with the take-up arm too. Very cool, very cool. I'm going to grab a quick little drink of water. So I just have to show this to you. Again, any sewing machine owner is going to be a little bit persnickety, to use my very loved and beloved word. But Maddy went to the effort of cutting out an aluminum, something off of an aluminum can. You can see the ingredients, makeup on there and such, and the nutritional facts. And then you can read what she wrote on there. I've got to kind of turn it so I can read it because I can't read it backwards on the screen. Just a cover to protect the inside spool pin is wrapped in package. Now that attention to detail is, I think, is fabulous. Where someone takes the cover off and doesn't want anything to go inside a Bandit, you know, packing, who knows, it probably wouldn't be packing peanuts because, you know, because Maddy bags them all up, but whatever could go in there. She doesn't want it to happen, so she takes time to cut out an aluminum can to fit the top perfectly and then screws it in place. That is, wow, that's super cool. That's super cool. All right, let me move this. I'm trying to get this little bolt out of there. I'll kind of back thread it because I do want to put that lid back on so that we can weigh Bandit and put the rest, the debate over, is it 13 pounds or is it 14 pounds, or how much does a Singer Featherweight 222 actually weigh? And I don't know if people are weighing the Featherweight with the foot controller. We'll do both. We'll weigh the Featherweight with the foot controller and without the foot controller for Bandit, and then we'll figure out what the weight is. Okay, so I've got that lid back on. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. I'm just kind of checking Bandit out here. That took a little bit of work. I was trying to do it gently and that sucker would not come off. Alright, let me put some more music on. So we did trumpet, we did violin. Let's do harp now. Let's do harp. See what we get. Okay, Eternal Destiny, and thankfully it runs a little bit longer. I bet that does feel good, Bandit, after being caught up in that case for that long trip all the way from Florida. This is part of his spa treatment, by the way, folks. Okay, let's see if I can do it with a little bit more grace this time. That extension bed really is in there tight. And I'll see if I can remove it with a little bit more finesse this time, hopefully. That was better. All right, let me come off the tripod so we can get a closer look at this 222K out of the Kilbowie, Scotland factory. That was a kind of a neat song, wasn't it? That was called, hold on a second here. That was called, oh, it's the one above that. I have no idea what that was called. I already said it, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, I wasn't scrolled all the way up. That's part of the problem. So conscientious rabbit or something like that. So this is my first time seeing one of these in person as well. And you can see the screw or the bolt that I took out. The bolt that I took out right from over here is what clamps down on this piece of the free arm. You can see the little indentation in there, the mark where this comes down on it, holds it in place so that it doesn't rattle, it doesn't come off readily. Yeah. All the years I've been doing this, the 1,000+ videos, and this is the first time, thanks to the thoughtfulness and follow-through of Maddy, that I'm able to see one of these and touch it in person. This is a very, very special opportunity. And you notice that they moved the light switch on the 222K. On the Featherweight, it's obviously going to be right about down in this area, right in this area. Here they moved it all the way up to the top. So that's obviously a change. Just curious what kind of bulb. Oh, I don't remember if I sent Maddy a bulb or not. But she does have one of the LED bulbs in there. You can see it if you look underneath right there. I don't think I sent Maddy one. Maybe she got one on her own. I have so much going on, folks. I lose track, to be perfectly honest. Now you see the debate here, right? The fact that this machine was actually made in Scotland, but Scotland is somehow considered to be, and I may be getting this wrong, but is somehow considered like a colony or somehow attached to Great Britain. So instead of it saying made in Scotland, made in Kilbowie, Scotland, it says made in Great Britain. So there you go. We're almost back to that scandal of who made the sewing machine. But we know the real truth. And that's why I opened this premiere up with the guys watching the visit to the Kilbowie, Scotland factory at the beginning of the premiere. So we want to deal with truth. And the truth is this machine was not made in Great Britain. It was made in Kilbowie, Scotland. And the question sometimes will come up, well, what about the motors? Are the motors going to be rated for a European market, or are they going to be rated for a US type market as far as voltage setup? Well, you can see that Maddy's is set up with a US type motor. Which happened to be made in where? Canada. So this may be one of those machines that was built in Kilbowie, Scotland, and then was fitted with a motor. Maybe it was even sent to the Canadian factories that Singer had, and it was fitted with a motor in Canada. And then eventually the previous owners got it, and then Maddy got it after that. So a lot of it looks familiar, doesn't it? Compared to the other Featherweights, same plug-in style. Actually the same motor mount and everything. So if you happen to get one of these and it had a motor on it that was rated for the European market at 220 or 240, you could fairly easily swap the motor out for a one that has American voltage. And for that matter, I guess you could do the same thing with the assembly for the light as well. It's not a showstopper if it's set for the European market. Just as someone getting it over in Europe, if it was set up for US voltage, they could swap it out fairly easily, and they could put a European rated motor on it, 220, 240, and the same thing with the light. So again, this is my first time actually touching and seeing a 222K, but you can see they have it labeled right here, 222K with the badge mark. And then as we come up, we've got our stitch length controller on the right, we've got our feed dog drop on the left. The feed dog drop on the 221 is going to be different. It's actually going to be underneath, down near the raceway area. And it's going to be a little knob that you unscrew to lower the feed dogs. So here they've adapted and changed that a little bit as well. So a lot of similarities, but there are some differences on the 22K in comparison to the 221 or the 221-1 or any other flavor of the Featherweight. So again, in all of their production from 1953 until right around 1961, I'm having to look over my shoulder here. Yeah, 53 to 61. So they produced this machine for about 8 years. And in that 8 years, they only ended up making about 110,000 of them. So that's a little bit more than 10,000 a year. That's pretty doggone cool. That's pretty doggone cool. So let me go back up on the tripod since we've had a chance to look at Bandit up close, and I'm going to get a scale so we can weigh Bandit with the foot control, without the foot control, and see where he's coming in at as far as weight. And I may have to come off the tripod all over again just so you can see the scale, but otherwise you can just take me on my word. Oh boy, I bet you this scale has an extra pound of dust on it. Alright, let me first of all move Bandit back, and I will calibrate this scale. Okay, it looks like we're right on 0. Actually, I can move this tripod over a little bit. Let me do that. Then maybe we can just shoot it straight down and I don't have to take it off the tripod again. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, you can see that in the camera. Perfect. I think some of that dust, excuse me, some of that dust off of the scale really got my nose there. Goodness. All right, let me wipe that scale off so I don't get some of my box closures that say that dust accounted for the difference in weight. You'd be amazed how ridiculous and anal people can be sometimes. Those doggone sewing people. All right, just check the calibration again. Yeah, we're dead center as far as I can see with these horrible reading glasses. We're dead center on 0. So let's put Bandit's extension bed back on. Get down to the level of Bandit so I can see more easily. Trying to get this real level if I can. And I realize that my scale is not a scientific scale, it's a basic bathroom scale. Just checking it again. All right, let me put on a little bit more music and we will continue to move forward. So that was the rabbit one. This is Divine Life Society. Divine Life Society. Well, yeah, of course you can. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to leave you out of it. Let's move you over where you can see things a little bit closer. And Dr. Singer, you can be my verifier too. How does that sound? And all of you can't see that these guys have come over to join the party. Okay, so here we have the net weight of Maddy's Singer Featherweight 222K, aka Bandit. And I will zoom in. Actually, I'm going to move the camera even a little bit closer so we can almost shoot straight down on the scale. So what I'm seeing on the scale, and you can tell me if I'm seeing it correctly, because we already know that these reading glasses are not horribly reliable, but I'm seeing just shy of 15 pounds, right around 14 pounds. Can even come in a little bit closer. Yeah, we are right around 14 pounds. Almost like 14.5 if you look at it real close, but I think we can just round it down to 14. Now, if all of a sudden we add the foot controller to the equation, which maybe people are weighing it both ways, you know what I mean? But here we have a complete Featherweight 222K. Complete Featherweight 22K, and no, Mr. Bean is not putting his finger on the scale. You box closers, you. Yeah, we're right at 14 pounds, folks. How much does the Featherweight 221 weigh? Or the 221-1? 11 pounds, right? So if the Featherweight 221 weighs 11 and this weighs 14, we're looking at a 3-pound difference. A 3-pound difference. And remember, as Hans and I had shared in one of the recent premieres, even though this was in production for 8 years and they made about 110,000 of them, it did not stay in production nearly as long as the 221. Really about less than a third of the time. And that is because of the cost and the complexity of building the 221 free arm and or convertible, as they refer to it as. So who knows, if it had been less expensive to make and had been less complex to make, maybe it would have been in production longer than 8 years. But with the complexity of the design of the 222K, that's part of where that weight comes from. A lot of the other components of the machine are identical, but when you incorporate the free arm and the design and the engineering of that, you end up gaining 3 pounds. 3 pounds, according to what we're seeing on camera here. 14 pounds is what we're seeing. So, all right. So let me put a little bit of a pad on the bed of Maddy's machine, and let's add the foot controller. We're going to add the foot controller and see what that does. Oh, you know what? If I add a pad to it, then the okay, let's do this. I'm going to put the pad on first and watch the scale very closely, see if there's any significant change. So I just put the pad on, and we're still at 14 pounds, folks. So we're talking about ounces. So if they want to quibble about this, that's fine. So now we're going to add the foot controller to Bandit's weight, along with our little pad. And it looks like it added about 1 pound. So, for the record, according to our test here, or our evaluation, Singer 222K, yes, I wanted to make sure I didn't get too many twos there. According to our evaluation, the 222K without the foot controller comes in right around 14 pounds. When you add the foot controller to the machine, along with my little pad that weighs ounces, you're right at 15 pounds. So depending on how you weigh a 221, which everyone says it's 11 pounds, maybe it's actually 12 pounds when you add the foot controller to it. So if we assume that the 221 or the 221-1 is is 12 pounds. The net weight of it without the foot controller on a 221 is 11 pounds. And here we've added the foot controller and we go from 14 to 15 pounds. Then let's just say the gross weight of a 221 is going to be 12 pounds. The gross weight of a 222K is going to be 15 pounds. And so no matter how you slice or dice it, you're looking at about a 3-pound difference. A 3-pound difference, that's it, between the 221 and the 222K. So there you got it. We've done our final certification. Dr. Singer is here, along with Herr Obermeister, Mr. Bean, and they all agree that this measurement has been accurate and fair. So let the record reflect, let it be put to rest finally that the gross weight of a 222K with the foot controller is 15 pounds without 14 pounds. And we will deductively reason that the 221 gross weight is 12 pounds or 11 pounds without the foot controller. All right, there we go. All those extra words to explain something that's fairly simple. You gained weight, Bandit. I'm sorry you gained weight. It happens to all of us as we get older. And according to Maddie's cool ID tag for you, you were born in 1958, so you have every right to gain a little bit of weight if we put a foot controller on you, doggone it. So you could still be proud of your 15 pounds. And the Princess of Singers, the 221 or 221-1, can be proud of the fact that she or he weighs only 12 pounds with a foot controller. There, that was simple enough. All right, so I'm going to back this up again since we've had a chance to go through our weight verification. And we're going to plug Bandit in and just kind of listen to him run a little bit. I guess we don't have to technically keep him on the scale for that, do we? I don't think so. So I'm going to carefully slide this foot controller out. I'll set our little pad to the side. I'll lift Bandit up. I'll move the scale. And yes, you guys can stay. You guys can stay and watch this. This is going to be fun. We'll have a chance to hear a 22K run on the channel for the very first time. I'm just going to slide you guys over just a tiny little bit. And also I'm going to put our little screw bolt thingy back in to hold that convertible bed in place. Got to kneel down to get a better angle for threading this. Okay, so the free arm is attached again properly. Our presser foot is up. And I'm going to hand turn it first just to make sure that we're clearing the bobbin nicely. And the hook. Feels like we are. And yes, this does. If you didn't notice when we went by the back of Bandit and looked at the motor, which is rated for the US, it is exactly the same size motor as the Singer Featherweight 221, which is 0.4 amps. 0.4 amps. All right, got that plugged in. Move this foot controller to the front, and I'll plug in right by the camera, I think. No, I know I can't see you guys completely. Why don't you move back by Dr. Singer, and then you can, I'll just widen the shot. That's fine. You guys can stay in the front. So, we've got Maddy's 222K plugged in. We try the light first, which you can tell right away it's got one of those LED upgraded bulbs. That bed and that needle area just lights up beautifully. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. Yes, you guys can stay in the shot. I'll move you right over here. Mr. Bean's doing the happy dance. It's important that the guys feel like they're part of things, you know what I mean? Okay, so we will first of all, I'm going to rotate up the bobbin winder so that it's not touching the balance wheel. I'm going to disengage the clutch so we can hear Maddy's machine run without any extra drag from the main shaft running down to the needle. And we'll just hear it as if we're winding a bobbin. All right, here we go. Kind of hearing it flutter just a little bit, kind of go up and down a little bit. But the strength of the motor overall is quite good. Again, we're talking about on the 221 and the 222K, 0.4 amps. Now I'm holding it steady, but listen, it kind of flutters up and down a little bit. Did you hear that drop? So we have a little bit of a flutter, and that could be a matter of cleanliness inside of the motor. It could be motor brushes. It could be a variety of different things. So now we're going to engage the clutch, and we're going to see Maddy's machine run, driving the main shaft with all of that, all of the drag and all of the kinetics of powering a machine, even though we're not sewing something right now. So, although we could, at least just a plain little piece of material for kicks and giggles. We're not going to actually sew it, we're just going to see the action of the feed dogs. So here we go. And now we'll try the reverse. And now we'll go forward. And reverse one more time. And last but not least, forward. And if you're really new to sewing machines or vintage machines, whatever, you never run a machine with the presser foot down like this against the feed dogs unless you've got a piece of material in between as a buffer, so that you don't potentially well, you potentially do one of two things. You either are going to dull the feed dogs grinding against the bottom of that presser foot attachment, or you're going to scar the bottom of that presser foot attachment, and then it won't feed as evenly over material when you're sewing. So that's why you don't do it at all. So just a simple little tip that most of you know, but some of you may not. So there you go. We've run Maddy's 222K through the works, and I'm smelling a little bit of a motor smell, which might be part of the concern that Maddy has about Bandit not sewing as with as much power and gusto as she feels that he should be delivering. But all in all, I think we've got a beautiful, for the first 222K on this channel, I think we've got a beautiful specimen. No offense, Bandit. We've got a beautiful specimen of a 222K. And I'll have to ask Maddy what her concern was about what the previous owners did. Maybe they ended up replacing the decals, and she doesn't like the way the decals lay or something like that. But all in all, the machine, appears to be in very good condition. It looks like this singer up here on the light assembly may have been replaced as well at some point. But let's end with some music, and we'll wrap this premiere up. So let's see what we have here. Something that has a little sound of celebration to it. Oh, I know the perfect song if I can find it. Yep, I found it. All right, here we go. The end of the premiere. I'll come off the tripod. We'll kind of walk around Maddy's machine one last time. And obviously you're going to see Bandit again eventually when we do a premiere to showcase him after he's gone through my finalization process. But here's some fun music that has a tone of celebration to recognize the very first 222K shown on this channel in the history of the channel, in the history of me doing this. The first one I've ever had the privilege to actually touch and to operate on any of my workbenches. How cool is that? And with that, here we go. All right, there you have it. The very first 222K on this YouTube channel. And soon we'll have the fun of actually seeing Bandit do some sewing. So stay tuned for that, folks. Take care and God bless.